everybody. I hope you feel good. I hope you had a good day. And tonight's video, I am going to tell you my story, my relations that I have with Pokemon. Because I've played Pokemon and I collection, so I have many cards. But I mainly played Pokemon was I was a children, so I'm gonna tell you that story. So I searched a word that will fit with the description of parcours in France. That is the word that we used for this, and on Google Translate they told me a way or career. So I'm gonna tell you my career in Pokemon. So from the beginning to the end. So let's start with the beginning. How I discovered Pokemon. I was 4 or 5 years old, and when you are a young boy or a young girl, when you're young, you need to be doing things. Young people just want to be happy, to have fun, etc. So I had to go to what we called a ludothèque. So it was a space with a lot of people where you were playing social games. So like Uno, Scrabble, and other stuff. And in this area, in this space where we were playing card games and other stuff, the son of the girl who was hosting these things was playing Pokemon. So I wanted to try, and I learned how to play Pokemon at the ludothèque. So when I was 4 or 5, I was bad at that time, but I thought that was very cool. And it was Wednesday or Saturday, I don't remember, but every time I was playing Pokemon. And one day this girl that was hosting this thing told my parents that there were tournaments with other children and even adult people that were playing and fight each others. So I tried, I liked it, and that's the way I started playing Pokemon. So the beginning of this stuff is not very important, but I've liked it. I've come with friends that I told to come with me. Then I played. Some goes away, etc. Then my sportsmanship mind, my will of winning, started to being there, and I wanted to win and be the best. So I really try hard this thing. So we got tournament almost every weekend. If there were no tournaments, we got to training where we were playing each others to train. And every time, every week, every temps libre, so when I got time, I was reading all my Pokemon cards to see if they have good abilities. I tried to create what we call deck. So it's the thing you used to play. I was trying to create deck. I was playing with my father, my mother, my brother when I was very young, so before 6, something like this. My father or my mother's came with me at the tournament to see if I was doing well and not to be alone because I was very young. So I trained with them when they were okay, and then my brother, like every little brother, just wanted to do like me, so he started to play Pokemon with me, and we were fighting every time when we can, and doing some tournaments. So I started try out this, and the how to say it, the fact that I really wanted to try was when I goes to French cards to English cards, because English cards came goes out before French cards, so it was maybe 2 or 3 months before French cards came out. So I had the new cards before almost everyone. So I almost learned English with this, because I was also learning English in schools at this time. So I had to know my cards Parker, so I had to know them, what they done. So I also learned mathematics with this, so multiplications, divisions, etc. And then when I was, I think it was 8 or 9, I became good in my categories, because there are different categories, like in sports. There were people who was under, it was maybe 11 or 12, so I was in this category. Then there are people who was under 16 or 18, and then there are the senior, les adultes. So I was in junior, so the children, and I started to be good, to fight good people, so we knows each others, and I started to be good. That was cool. So every year we got a national championships of Pokemon, and my first one was in Paris when I was 6 or 7, something like this. I didn't had a good rank, but I remembered it because it was a big area where we were fighting each other with our Pokemon, and there were stands where we can play at the Wii. That was the new console that came out. That was cool. And then I got lucky because the national championships came in the town where I lived. So it was very cool because I could do every national championships, and it was less than 10 minutes from where I was in walking. So that was very cool, because I know the area, I know what I can do extra. So every year I've become stronger and stronger, going to the top 10 and way more. And there is also regional championships like this one. I have some trophy. As you can see, this is the regional trophy for the semi-finalist. So I maybe finished 3rd or 4th in this tournament. So I have 3 trophies like this. I have 1 medals like this. You can see I think I finished first on this one, and it was in 2011. So I was 8 years old. And maybe the years where I was the strongest was my last year, so in 2014, as you can see on this trophy, because these years I really tried out and I had a good deck where I was knowing the deck at 100%. I know what to do at which time, etc. So I got my deck that I know I was strong with, and I've done a lot of tournaments. And these years I got lucky because I had some friends which I played Pokemon with that wanted to go to the European championships, and I asked if I can go with them, and they told me yes. So that was the first time I goes outside France to do a tournament, and the last time. And we goes to the European Championship that were in Amsterdam. So at this time I was 10 years old or 11, something like this. I didn't had a good tournament because I only finished 13, and there were not a lot of people. So it was a counter performance, but it's okay because I've discovered the way we fight, because I didn't speak the language at this place, so we were speaking English. That was pretty strange and low because I was only 10 or 11, so I didn't speak very well English, but good memories, because I didn't go to the second stage, the second day, because I only finished 13. So I have a pretty fun story, is that the second day, so the Sunday, we go to visit Amsterdam, but we didn't take a guide or search on Google what to look, so we were just walking everywhere in Amsterdam, and we go straight into the red quartier. So it's the place where you got all the girls, and the bar where you can smoke, etc. So I was very young and I've seen all this. That was a good memories. I don't think I was very in a good time at this time, but when you go older, it's funny. And this year's after the European Championships, we got the National Championships, and my last one, because after this year's I was going to what we called collège in France, and collège is the face of school where everyone is, how to say that, is evil, because you want to be the strongest guy, you want to be the beautiful girl, etc. So you bash all the people you see, and I don't want to play Pokémon at this time because I was scared of what people will think of me playing Pokémon. So I stopped after this year. But at these tournaments, I'm gonna tell you the day. So the first day was Saturday. In Saturday, it's like FF fight for all. You are against people. There are, I think it was six or 8 matches, and you just have to win most game as you can to go to the second day. And to go to the second day, you have to be in the top 16. Yeah, it was the top 16, I think, or top 8. Top 8 or 16, I don't remember well. I think it's top 8. So I won my first game. I won many games. I think I finished in 6-1, 1 draw, and 1 lost. So I finished this day second. That was a very good place. So I had the same score at the first one, but the first one fight people that were higher in the rank. So he goes first and me second. And the fact of this thing is that if you finished in top 2 at this tournament, you can go to the Mondial tournament for free. So I was ranked to go to it was Washington this year's for free with one of my parents to do the Mondial tournament. So I was very happy. So before we go to the second day, I'm gonna tell you the deck I had this year. It was black and white series, and I had a deck with Caldeo and Blastoise. The thing of this deck is that Caldeo had an attack that do 70 damage plus 20 for each water cards he had on it. damage and Blastoise could put as many water cards as you want in your turn to a water type Pokemon. So I could put as many water cards as I want on my Caldeo by turn. For those who don't know, you can use only one card, one energy card by turn. At normally, casually maybe is better. So it was the deck that I was playing since a year. I was good on it, etc. So first day was good. Second day, so I was in top 8 and I was second. So I played against the 7th. That was the same deck. We got the same deck. So it's a mirror match that we called. I think I've won for sure, but I've won 2-1. He won one game and I won the 2 others. It was a best of 3, so BO3. So I won the first game. So I was in semi-final against the 4 best player. So I was against the one who was third. I remember this name because he defeated me. So I was against him and I wasn't lucky because he got my counter deck. In Pokemon, almost every Pokemon have weakness, and weakness at this time was dealing 2 times more damage. When I started, that was only plus 20 or something like this. But in fact, those Pokemon, they are Pokemon of my opponent, deal 2 times more damage on my Pokemon. So he had good chance of winning and he won. So I was pretty sad because I finished third on this tournament, and as I said, you need to be top 2 to go to Washington. So first day I was going to Washington, second day I wasn't, so I've cried a lot because I was a little children at this time. Unlucky I didn't do the job, but it's okay. So I've lost, I finished third and I had this trophy. So as you can see, semi-finalist, national championships. Oh, sorry. So I had this and a lot of stuff. I got a tappy. So it's where you put your cards when you play. I've won many things and I've won 1 display and 18 boosters, 18 packs. So when we goes home after this with my friend, we've opened more than 15 boosters together. That was awesome. So voilà. That was all. I hope I've told the story well. Sorry because, as you know, I am French, so I don't speak English very often, except for those videos. I hope I told well. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to hit the thumbs ups and subscribe if you're not. And have a good night as usual. Bye bye.